Hey everybody, welcome to the second Sunday, and we are full of mountains today. The readings in the Liturgy of the Word feature two different mountains in the Holy Land that are about 9 miles apart. One is Mount Moriah, and the other is Mount Tabor. And they're both scenes of pretty extraordinary events. One is the story of Abraham and Isaac, where Abraham is commanded by God, go up this mountain, and at the top of it, please sacrifice your son. And of course, there's a ram there waiting in the thicket. Sort of like the journey itself was kind of the test, the willingness to make the walk, even though you don't really know what's on the other side of it. And then we have the story of the Transfiguration, where similarly, Jesus leads Peter, James, and John up a mountaintop. And I often wonder, like, they get to the top, and all of a sudden, Jesus, his appearance totally changes. And Moses is there and Elijah is there, and the three of them are conversing. It's like some sort of crazy Marvel crossover event, and they're like, what is happening? And then Peter's like, we should set up camp here. This is amazing. Like, who wouldn't want to, Moses is here, Elijah is here, Jesus, you look amazing. And then he says, no, I have to go down and die so I can rise from the dead. And they're like walking, and someone's like, you can hear like a record scratching in the background of like, wait, what did he say? Did he say rising from the dead? The reality is that the Christian life is full of moments where faith is the only certainty that we have. God's faithfulness is what is certain, and the rest of it, don't really know. Somewhat, in a lot of ways, it feels like sometimes God is just asking us to make a journey, and the point of it is learning to trust Him. That's the point of the journey. And along the way, I think as we get closer, there's always going to be a sense of anticipation. And yet, in the story of Abraham and in the story of Peter, James, and John, like here we have two different sets of people, Abraham and Isaac, and the closer that they're getting to their mountaintop, I don't know, maybe Abraham's like all this anxiety. I'm sure his son senses it. And that's a very real part of the human condition. And yet here we have Peter, James, and John, and as they got closer to their mountaintop moment, is it more electric? Is it like, oh, wow, things are something feels weird in the air. Like, what was that like? And then the journey down from the mountaintop, two different journeys, right? Abraham and Isaac, it's like, had a ram, burnt, sacrificed a ram, whatever. Peter, James, and John, it's like, wait a second, what just happened? And then they're like, did he just say he's going to die? God sometimes gives us glimpses of our future that give us a ton of faith. And there's also times where God kind of lights things up in us about who we are and who we've been that need to change. And it's sometimes just that journey of faith that we just have to commit to. And along the way, He's gonna lead up our steps. When we pray for God to bring awakening or shine a light on this world, right? The light goes everywhere. It doesn't just shine our steps ahead. It also shines on who we are and where we've been. That's what this song is about. It's called Light the Way.